Welcome to today's English listening practice. If you enjoy learning English through stories, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more listening practice. Now let's begin. Many people believe that financial problems are caused by major expenses such as buying a house, purchasing a car, or taking an expensive holiday. However, smaller daily expenses can also have a significant impact over time. Consider the example of Daniel, a young office worker. Every morning, he purchased coffee on his way to work. The cost seemed small, and he rarely thought about it. One day, while reviewing his monthly spending, Daniel noticed that these small purchases appeared frequently on his bank statement. Individually, they were not expensive. Together, however, they represented a considerable amount of money over the course of a year. What surprised Daniel most was not the total amount he spent, but the fact that he had never noticed the pattern before. Because each purchase was relatively small, it felt insignificant. This experience encouraged him to pay more attention to his spending habits. Rather than completely changing his lifestyle, he simply became more aware of where his money was going. The lesson is straightforward. Small expenses may not seem important in the moment, but they can become significant over time. Case Study 2. The subscription problem. In recent years, subscription services have become increasingly common. Many people subscribe to streaming platforms, music services, fitness applications, cloud storage, and digital publications. Emma was no different. Over several years, she signed up for a variety of services. Each subscription cost only a few pounds per month, so she rarely paid attention to them. One weekend, Emma decided to review her finances. While checking her monthly payments, she discovered that she was paying for several services she no longer used. Some subscriptions had not been used for months. One account had been inactive for nearly a year. The individual costs seemed small, but when combined, they represented hundreds of pounds each year. Emma cancelled the services she no longer needed and made a decision to review her subscriptions every few months. Her experience highlights an important reality of modern life. Automatic payments are convenient, but they can also make it easy to forget what we are paying for. Case Study 3. The influence of discounts. Most people enjoy finding a good deal. Retailers understand this and frequently use discounts to attract customers. Michael considered himself a careful shopper. He believed that buying discounted products was a smart way to save money. However, one day he realized that many of the items he purchased during sales were things he had never planned to buy in the first place. A discounted jacket, a pair of shoes, and several household items seemed like excellent bargains at the time. Yet months later, many of those purchases remained unused. Michael eventually recognized an important distinction. Saving money and spending less money are not always the same thing. Buying unnecessary products at a reduced price still involves spending money. As a result, he adopted a new habit. Before making a purchase, he asked himself a simple question. Would I buy this item if it were not on sale? This question helped him make more thoughtful purchasing decisions. Case Study 4. Living from paycheck to paycheck. Sarah had a stable job and earned a reasonable salary. Despite this, she often found herself waiting for payday before making important purchases. At first, she believed that her income was simply too low. However, after carefully analyzing her finances, she discovered that the issue was more complicated. Her spending was not focused on one major expense. Instead, many small purchases throughout the month gradually reduced the amount of money available in her account. Takeaway meals, online shopping, entertainment, and spontaneous purchases all contributed to the problem. Once Sarah began tracking her expenses, she gained a clearer understanding of her financial situation. The process was not always comfortable, but it helped her identify spending patterns that she had previously ignored. The experience taught her that understanding personal finances often begins with awareness rather than dramatic changes. Case Study 5: The Emergency Nobody Expected. James had always assumed that unexpected problems happened to other people. He had never experienced a major financial emergency and therefore saw little reason to prepare for one. Then one winter, his car required expensive repairs. The timing could not have been worse. Without any savings available, James had to make difficult decisions about how to cover the cost. The situation caused significant stress and highlighted the importance of planning for unexpected events. Although the experience was challenging, it changed the way he approached money management. Rather than focusing only on immediate needs, he began thinking more carefully about future risks and uncertainties. The lesson from James's experience is not that emergencies will definitely occur, but that life is often unpredictable. Preparing for the unexpected can reduce stress when challenges arise. Social media has made it easier than ever to compare our lives with the lives of other people. Lucy frequently saw photographs of luxury holidays, expensive restaurants, and new cars. Over time, she began feeling pressure to maintain a similar lifestyle. As a result, she spent more money than she could comfortably afford. Eventually, Lucy realized that social media often presents only a small part of reality. People tend to share their successes, achievements, and exciting experiences while hiding financial difficulties and everyday challenges. Once she understood this, she became less concerned about keeping up with others and more focused on her own goals. Her experience serves as a reminder that financial decisions should be based on personal circumstances rather than social pressure. That brings us to the end of today's English listening practice. We explored several real-life situations, from daily spending habits and forgotten subscriptions to discounts, unexpected expenses, and the influence of social media. I hope these stories helped you improve your listening skills while introducing some useful B2 level vocabulary and expressions. If there were any words or phrases you didn't understand, don't worry. Try listening to the video again and see how much more you can understand the second time. If you enjoyed this lesson, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more English listening practice. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.